Michael just said he wondered when we were going to get to it, and here it is. Failed Arizona Senate and gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake. Well, she has already done a 180 inside the Trump administration. Lake was tapped to lead Voice of America, which delivers news to audiences around the world. But shortly before she took the helm, Trump gutted both Voice of America and its parent, the U.S. Agency for Global Media. So now, and this is according to the Washington Post, Kari Lake has been reassigned to the State Department to help oversee the dismantling of the organization she almost led. Talk about government efficiency.
Yeah, I find it amusingly stupid that they decided to put in charge of dismantling the voice of democracy an election denier, which tells you everything you need to know.
You find it stupid or too on the nose?
Well, that too. I mean, because it's just all of it. I mean, it is a fundamental. It goes back to the last conversation. You've got a budget analyst who these people in this Doge world and Trump world think is woke because he's looking at numbers and deciding how best to deliver services to people who need them, whether it's end-of-life care, whether it's whatever, right? And so the same is true with what we see with our global presence, which we were talking about at the beginning of the show. The Voice of America is the voice of America around the globe. Mm-hmm. It is a soft power which levels up our influence in a way that hard power cannot. Even sometimes diplomatic power cannot. Because why? It's touching real people who are sitting there listening on their radios or on the internet. So to put Kari Lake in charge of that, to dismantle it, tells you everything you need to know about how silly and stupid these efforts are in the end, because they're nothing more than performative destruction of very viable programs and valid programs that help the United States. You want to know about our position? It's not just what's happening to us economically, but it's what's happening to us otherwise as well.
Every single piece of it.
Every single piece of it.
I did not know until the United States government started to dismantle Voice of America and gutted the agency, how many people that we work with every week, folks on our crew that work for Voice of America, that take pride in the work that they were doing. The Arizona Republic has an opinion that was posted, and the person writes this, Lori Roberts: since World War II, the Voice of America has been broadcasting across the globe, reaching people in oppressive places where a free press is only a pipe dream. It's supposed to operate independently of any presidential administration, which naturally makes it a prime target of Trump, which naturally makes it a prime target of Lake, who will now be shuffled over to the State Department of all places, doing something or other to try to end the agency she never got to run. It's just despicable.
Well, and the title of that piece really summed it up well. Kari Lake moves to the State Department. Sorry, world.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
This is, for a while she was contained to Arizona, then the United States, now the world will have to deal with the repercussions. And it comes on the heels of a federal judge really trying to pump the brakes on what it is that they are doing at VOA. This is what that Judge Atkins, said during arguments about a week ago. It feels like the approach is, we're just going to take a sledgehammer to this agency, and we know we were going to get sued, and we'll let the court hammer that out. This is their theory of the case across the board. And one of we keep talking about what it means in this moment. I'm also fascinated by this idea of, what will it take to rebuild all these agencies? What will it take to rebuild the trust that has already been lost? There is no going back to where we were.
Rebuild it.
There you
the question I have.
It's
because the goal has always been, what did Roberts tell us when he came to sit at the table with us from the Heritage Foundation? They want to dismantle the administrative state. They want to break the federal government. They never put Humpty Dumpty back together again, y'all.
And that's a very good analogy right there. Folks, all you want to know how this is going to come out on the other end, go into your kitchen, boil an egg, or you don't have to, and then break it.
It's like the man doesn't know the price of eggs. We are not going to do that experiment in my house.
I was going to say, because you don't have any eggs in your fridge right now because you can't afford it. There's another jam-packed hour of the weekend straight ahead with George Conway, Lindsay Kozlowski.